Welcome, everyone, back to the DataVision Americas Conference. And we have an exciting drawing that we'd like to let everyone know about, make some announcements of winners. So, Michelle, if you don't mind helping me, we are going to, I think, select two of the attendees from the live audience who've been involved so far and come up with two winners where they can select from any of the available online or e-learning EDM courses that you see listed on the screen. So Michelle, who are the winners?
Okay, our first winner is Linda Hamza of Luther Burbank Savings. So Linda will be in touch with you.
Great.
And our second winner here is Victor Davies of Baker Tilly. So we'll be in touch with both of you and arrange your free training course or e-learning course.
Linda and Victor, congratulations. These courses are coming up in live versions, and it's certainly the DCAM course and the Responsible AI and Graph courses are also e-learning available as well. So congratulations. And Michelle, thank you for your help. I'm going to speed along and update everyone on the latest happenings with the EDM Council. And thanks for tuning in to the DataVision conference today. Hopefully the first set of panels have been interesting. Certainly for me, the keynote panel with the top cloud companies all working together on helping the cloud journey was exciting. So for those not fully familiar with the council, mission is to elevate the practice of data and analytics management and to support the role of the data professional. Recently, we updated our principles, shared them with our board of directors, which is the belief in a responsible data-driven organization and establishing data literacy for all. So the council's mission is not just to help the data and analytics teams, but to help you as you drive data literacy throughout your organization. We're going to cover that in some of the exciting courseware that's coming up with the council. Also, these are the 6 areas of advocacy: best practices, standards, training, research, regulatory engagement. Many regulators throughout the world are part of the EDM Council, and we network companies together. A main reason for our ability to bring companies like regulators and organizations into the mix of the membership is because of our neutrality and that we don't take a commercial position. We're not a lobbying group. We're owned by our members and we serve all of you. Here's a list of an exciting new set of companies that have joined the EDM Council. And it's over 100 companies in the last year, which is nearly increasing the council's membership by 50%. On the left, you'll see major financial services organizations throughout the world, including key regulators like the SEC, the Federal Reserve Board, and others. In the middle of the page, you'll see the large digital companies, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, not only helping the council with building the framework with all the other financial and other institutions, but also joining the board of directors. And then on the right, you'll see that the council has opened up across all industries. Though our original heritage has been the financial markets, you'll see companies like Johnson & Johnson, a leader in life sciences and pharmaceutical, Nestle, one of the major food product companies throughout the world, Verizon, number 2 worldwide in telecommunications, BT or British Telecom, the leader in the UK for telecommunications, and new logos like Coca-Cola and Pepsi across many different industry sectors. One exciting one for me, of course, in the area of innovation and doing the impossible, NASA joined the EDM Council recently as well. So great company list, cross-market, and many more joining in this new year. A little bit about the hallmark of the council has been DCAM. It stands for the Data Management Capability Assessment Model. And you may ask, what's new with DCAM? You'll see on the bottom right the addition of the analytics capability, which in fact is 7 new capabilities, 30 sub-capabilities. So companies can not only scorecard their data supply chain, which was the original 7 components, but now you can scorecard your best practices on implementing analytics by business line or across your full enterprise. Another thing I wanted to share with you is that we've had language translations done by partners of the EDM Council. And in this instance, a company by the name of Fit Strategy and Fit Academy are happy to announce that they have completed the Spanish and Italian versions of DCAM. And in fact, these are now available for EDM Council members for download. So Michelle, I'm not sure if Nino, I see Nino. Nino, over to you. So welcome. Let me go ahead and put this slide forward, a little bit about Fit to the team.
Thank you to Mike to give me the opportunity to spend just a few words about FIT and about our collaboration with the EDM Council. Well, about FIT, what we are a relatively new firm. Since the beginning, our clear role, our mission was toward good data. And this is what sits in our brand and our commitment and our promise on what we do and how we do it. And what we do is to help clients to have data which is fit for their purpose. And we do that via three main enablers that are the training, the data management culture, and technology support, which in Italian is translated in formazione, informazione, and tecnologia, and therefore the name of our brand. To date, we have undertaken around more than 100 between assessment, training, and consulting initiatives from our consulting hub in Italy, and by our international training center, which sits in London, in Russia, and in Latin America. And if we can move to the next slide, thank you. However, one of the things you recognize straight away is that before you run, you need to walk, and therefore, before we were able to teach others how to operate, we had to learn ourselves. And this was one of the original reasons for us to join the EDM Council and to learn the framework and how to be able to teach others. And we decided to take a more active role and how people say to get our hands dirty. So we undertake the not easy task of translation of the DCAM as well as the DM book for those that know the DEMA. And we are delighted to be able to be here today to launch it in Italian and Spanish, a translation of it. One of the lessons I just wanted to share before completing was that one of the beauty of and the relevance of an international framework, it is that is international. So it is scalable, is transferable, and is comparable. And this is why we decided to preserve certain terminology and not to translate them in local language, so that different hub, different people working in different region were able to compare their result and to discuss the same language, the same data management language. And so before I complete, I just want to thank the people that actually were most involved with the hard work with the translation, and amongst them there was Federico Baraldi, Marilu Lopez, and Christian and Ramon Fernandez. I want to thank them for their work and give them all the credit. All the translation is currently available on the user library of the council. And for those that wish to know a little bit more about assessment on how we did the training in Italian and Spanish, or just wish to have a chat about our experience, those are our contacts. And thank you very much. Good continuation.
Thank you. Exciting to have now Spanish and Italian versions of DCAM. And as mentioned, just visit the EDM Council website. If you're not registered yet as a member, it takes just a couple of minutes. Just use your company email and it'll verify you and allow you to get access to these materials. And you can immediately download them and share them within your company, which is awesome. So Nino, thank you for that phenomenal contribution. We're grateful. And certainly please follow up with Nino and FIT. They're excellent EDM Council partners. If you need assistance in implementing that in whether it's Spanish-speaking countries or Italian-speaking countries, Nino and team are there and available to assist. Thank you very much. On to the other availability is that you'll see, in addition to the new versions, we have a continuous set of classes. These are very popular, simple to register right off of the EDM Council website. If you do want a class dedicated to your company where you have 10 or more people, just reach out to us and we'd be happy to schedule a discussion so we can arrange that class directly for your organization. In addition to that, we were graced to have and blessed, frankly, to have Diana Asher as a senior advisor to the EDM Council. Diana led the work group to add in data ethics principles and responsible AI principles into the DCAM framework, with many companies giving us informed opinions and adding that best practice into the framework. In fact, then Diana went on to create a full 2-day course that you can both get accredited for and as well certified. It's available as a live course in your company or available for you to do as a e-learning course. And you do get a digital certification on responsible AI and data ethics. In addition to that, many active activities. The CDMC work group continues. We'll be having work groups examine new capabilities, review the existing framework. You'll see a whole variety of both industry work groups, open user groups, and leadership forums. We've covered cloud, so clearly many challenges on implementing cloud. This work group formed with over 100 companies has now delivered a framework available for everyone. So whether you're listening in as a member today or as a guest, the framework for CDMC is a free license that you can download. It's 164 pages of guidance. It's auditable, scoreable, and in fact, the 14 key controls are featured within that content, and you can download it directly off of the EDM Council website. Just click on CDMC and you'll see the download options. And there are training classes. These as well get filled up very quickly. You'll see that there's a class available in February for the APAC region, March, and later March for both the Americas, actually running later classes through April. Again, register right off of the EDM Council website. The other thing that we've done is with CDMC, bring a certification and assessment. So you can either, as a solution provider, certify your platform against the 14 key controls. If you're an end company, whether you're a bank, manufacturer, life science company, and you'd like to use the framework internally, you can do readiness assessments directly with the framework yourselves. We give scoring spreadsheets, and you can also get yourself certified similar to either a SOC 2 assessment or an ISO certification as well. It's modeled after the same programs, and we provide all of the testing procedures that you would go through to validate both the controls and this within your operation. Good news is there's 30 companies today. You'll see the list. They're all different sizes and shapes. Large organizations like Ernst & Young and KPMG, McKinsey, as well as some of the major cloud companies like Google, Microsoft, and IBM, and then regional firms as well that are available to help assist you if you want to get an independent readiness assessment or certification. There's also been significant work in e-learning. You'll see these 9 certification tracks. These are independent of specific technology. These are training programs for data and analytics professionals. It's actually 50 courses that are available, as well as course packages for departments and the enterprise. Great ways to upskill your teams across jurisdictions and across geographies to get a common understanding of executing all the core data management functions. We're also very happy to announce that if you have an objective in delivering a data literacy course for your business and all of your operations professionals, those that aren't in the data program but are the users of the data program, we've now released in partnership with eLearning Curve a full data literacy training and certification for non-data professionals so that you can invest into the data literacy of all of your staff members throughout your organization. So it's a very exciting content. If you'd like to learn more, again, reach out to the EDM Council and we're happy to help. And of course, you can download all of these things both as a guest and as a member. Members obviously get access to other things like the core DCAM framework, but just register on EDM Connect. And it's a very simple way to learn about and connect with others in the global community. A few more work groups to share with you. The Data ROI work group has been very busy interviewing top CDOs. We had a CDO series through the fall, now carrying into the winter, where they would talk about how did they bring the justification to their board of directors for their data program, their data projects, and data as a balance sheet item. This group is a very active group. If you'd like to join it, just visit the EDM Council website. And in fact, this Q1 and Q2, they're moving into publishing and creating some of those deliverables to share with CDO teams throughout the world and for your team that's listening in on this call. And you'll see some good participating firms cross industry as well. Another activity that's a very busy happening for all companies is ESG data. And in fact, 1 out of 3 dollars of investment worldwide by 2025, according to Bloomberg, will be invested and tagged related to ESG investments. So the council, of course, looks at things through a data lens. And this is a fantastic work group that, in fact, has been building and involving these 80 different companies and 120 different professionals. Every organization today, at least most of the major firms out there, now have sustainability officers and ESG data, how you aggregate it and report it for your company, how wealth and investment management companies create portfolios, how data companies use it. there's a tremendous opportunity for implementing data management best practices. And in fact, the very first report was announced and available off of the EDM Council website. The second report is coming out within the next week. So a very exciting time for that work group. If you'd like to join or read these white papers on ESG data management reporting for your organization, it's available right off of the EDM Council website. Another busy area, of course, is Knowledge Graph, where we've been advocates. We have training programs. We've brought not only a financial industry business ontology as an open source ontology that you can download without being a member. It's available to anyone. We've also released an automotive ontology, and very soon we'll be releasing one of our first life science pharmaceutical ontologies in partnership with a few companies to be announced shortly for medical data products. So an exciting time in the support of Graph. If you'd like to get a training course on it, it's available as an e-learning course to get trained and certified Enterprise Knowledge Graph. And Dean Alamang, who's been a long-term senior advisor to the council, built this curricula in coordination with several of our member firms. This is now available for you and your teams as an e-learning course or live course. We also have the Knowledge Graph and building out Knowledge Graph for the web and web applications with schema.org. Another industry leader, Richard Wallace, founder of Data Liberate, is the author of this course, and this will be coming out as a course at the end of this March that you can attend as well. So lots going on. We have a Global Data Leader Forum starting soon. The Global Summit for Data Leaders, the largest summit in the world, will be on May 5th. You can't forget it. It's Cinco de Mayo. So you'll be getting a chance to register shortly for this summer summit. It had over 3,000 attendees, 50 different plus countries, actually 90 countries participating, and about 100 speaking spots altogether. So a very busy summit coming up in the near term. So what I'd like to do before we wrap up is turn it to Marla Dans. So Marla, if you're able to join me, good to see you, and tell everyone a little more about the Women Data's Professional Forum.
Sure thing, Mike. Thank you for that. The EDM Council's Women Data Professionals was founded in July of 2019 with my co-chairs, Dessa Glasser and Andrea Ianello. And our mission there is to support, provide support for and promote women in the field of data and assist in their development and promotion to senior roles. And we do this by establishing a global organization across Americas, Asia, and Europe with committees focused on events, content, membership, and affinity groups. Next slide, please. So we started with 25 people on that call back in 2019. And since then, our group has grown to nearly 1,000 members in just over 2 years. So you can see the highlights there on the slide for our regional committees. We have our quarterly member spotlights, which are available out on EDM Connect for you to read. We have a new mentor program that just started up this month. And we have a terrific partnership with CDO Magazine, as mentioned before, that created the Women Data Leaders Global Summit last year, which was incredible events run by women for women with over 80 female speakers. We also, our members also carry out leadership roles in the broader EDM committees, such as CDMC, where our spotlight member Effie Kilmer was tapped for a leading role in developing that framework, and ESG, where our European committee lead Beate Born is taking a leading role. And we also get opportunities to develop cool new projects like Knowledge Graph, and which we're going to talk about today. And so I'll turn it over to Jennifer Agnes from Synergere, who will tell us about our Knowledge Graph project.
Thank you, Marla.
Thank you.
So, thanks. I'm Jennifer Agnes, and I've been working with Marla over the past few months, along with the team mentioned below, to see how Knowledge Graph technology used on some real use cases that we have could help the EDM Council personalize its offerings to its members. The three things we wanted to accomplish specifically were: one, connecting members with similar interests and backgrounds. Number two was creating personalized content for members by better understanding what topics you care most about. And then identifying leadership and panel speaking opportunities based on your interests. Think of it as like a matchmaking to create panels that are diversified and constantly evolve with our, interests in mind, basically. Through our work, we discovered some things. One, membership connections are exponential, and Marla's going to take you through some of those findings. we discovered, of course, that we need to protect our data. So the PII information that we were using, we did anonymize it for the analysis that we did. And that data quality matters even for EDMC, because member data must be accurate, available, and accessible. It's what I always call AAA data. So on that note, we'd like to thank the team at TigerGraph for providing development resources, as well as the POC environment, and of course the Women in Data group, professionals group, and the Open Knowledge Graph team. We collaborated on this over the past few months. So Marla, let me pass it back to you, and you can show some of the stuff we discovered.
Terrific. Thanks so much, Jennifer. So here is the knowledge graph model we created using core constructs around EDM membership data. It starts with membership in the middle, and we show what companies they work for, what regions they live in, and the various EDM groups. And you can see on the upper right there that the EDM member extract involves over 13,000 records or vertices. And the knowledge graph found over 100,000 connections or edges within that data. And that's just one data set. Excel simply cannot do this. So if you think about adding in more data sets into this, the connections can expand exponentially. So this is really the power of knowledge graph visualization to simplify complex data discovery. So in here, we can drill down into our member, a particular member, Bob Hathaway, who was our TigerGraph developer and gave us permission to use his information. And you can see that Bob is employed by TigerGraph. He's a sales engineer located in America and a member of the AIML, CDMC, and FIBO working groups. If we were to click into the AIML connection there, next slide, please. We can see the star explosion of members in that AIML group. And that small bit on the right side is Bob's connections, which we saw earlier. And the rest of the star represents the AIML members that Bob is connected to. Next slide, please. And from there, we can look for even more connections. So clicking on any of these points, we can see the different members that Bob is connected to. Are they located in the same area or members of the same company? This is a visual representation of the relationships in the data. And the UI provides a simple way to interact with that data by drilling down and clicking into entities and relationships. And it also answers the questions, who else is working on or interested in AIML? Who lives near me or works in my company? And finding these insights in the knowledge graphs provides us with new options for enhancing our EDM Connect landing page to make your experience better. So next slide, please. So what are our next steps? Our next steps are to expand our data universe, add more data sets, address PII so that we can work out freely with the membership data. We also want to look into examine the EDM data models and processes for efficiencies and normalization of that data, and potentially feed knowledge graph insights into EDM Connect platform to improve a member experience. So if you're curious about knowledge graph, we invite you to join us. You don't need any experience necessary for future phases. So how do you join us? Women data professionals are open to both women and men, EDM Council members as well as non-members. And if you click in the edmcouncil.org website, you'll see all of our join information. Thank you.
Good. Hey, Marla and Jennifer, thank you for this exciting project as well. Great. We're approaching the 1,000 member globally, and it's truly a global team with meetings in the APAC region, UK, Europe, America. So again, and it's open to men and women. So if you'd like to get involved, just visit the website as you see on this page. Really exciting project as well. I think sort of the hallmark of the team really digging in and doing some exciting work. Also to share, by the way, Marla, just a quick one is that there's a mentoring program that's being recently launched for this. If you want to just make a call out for that.
Yep, it was just launched. They worked on it all last year and just launched in January. So look for more information on that, either on EDM Connect or on our LinkedIn page.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And for everyone, we're on time. So here's what's coming next. You have two options. You can join in the track one, Democracy and Data Quality, is in a talk with Atacama and a panel, and as well activate your metadata to empower innovation, which is the other track with Manta. So Please click on your agenda tab and you can join these sessions starting now. And thank you to all of my speakers today.
Thank you.
Enjoy the conference.